manipulating the briefcase. I thought she was going to throw it to the ground, actually. But she was manipulating the briefcase. She didn't throw it to the ground. But she was doing that because, in my opinion, she was fighting back from what the Industrial Revolution did to us as people. As a species, it took away our humanity. And this happened, this conversation we had before the break, where we spoke about people lacking creativity. It's been schooled out of us because our education system is designed to put us with factory lines. And so, the problem with Trinidad Tobago now, and the problem with the world now, is that we are struggling to take back our humanity. We're struggling to keep that creativity that we were born with. And Russell Akoff said, we are born thinking in systems. We're born thinking in terms of systems. We know the children. We are so fascinated with children, knowing what to do with computers and knowing what to do with technology. That's not very fascinating at all. It's what's natural. What a child does, before you have computers to put in front of children, they take a toy and they break it apart. And they put it back together. Because that's how they understand how the parts are related to one another. And in a way, we have been taught how not to think. And we need to want to think. We need to fall in love with thinking and question problems that we are seeing now. We need to take back our humanity that was stripped from us when we had to put uniforms on, and when a jacket and tie meant that he knew something that someone else didn't know, when women had to wear high heels to work. Or I'm so perturbed by uniform. Like, why should I be wearing a uniform? Do you understand? I do it. We still do it. We still wear high heels, and we still put on a jacket so that we don't stand out. But I once attended a lecture by a British guy. He says his entire life's work is, why do we wear blue jeans? Why do we wear blue jeans? And he went all over the world asking people, why do we wear jeans, blue jeans? You don't see people wearing red jeans or green jeans, regularly. And the reason he found that we wear blue jeans is because we want to fit in. Do you believe that? We wear blue jeans because we want to feel comfortable. It's not too dressy, it's not too dressed down, it's just in the middle.
That's what they say.
And
I have all grey jeans, so I know.
Yeah. So I see that. I saw it, and it's just burning me up inside that she was manipulating the suitcase and the army of props behind her. In our society.
Great.
I think to answer your question, I think I'm a little bit like you, where I'm very friendly and very open. I tend to talk to everybody. In fact, I was hitchhiking in California a couple of years ago, and I just literally stuck on my finger. Somebody picked me up and dropped me to the beach. And when I tell my friends the story, actually, the train I was on missed the beach I wanted to go to, so I walked back, and then I couldn't find a cab or a bus, and I ended up hitchhiking. And I've done some of that in Venezuela as well, and just by myself. And a lot of people go, what's wrong with you? You're going to get murdered, killed, raped, something like that. And I lived away for a long time, and in a safe, quote-unquote, safer society. And then I moved back here, and then, I wanted to go out, and I wanted to be with my friends, and then my parents would say, my mom would say, no, you can't go, or, it's very dangerous. And I think, just speaking from a woman's perspective, you're taught to be fearful of so many things from such a young age as a woman, and that is ingrained in you. And every time, even when I was in, I used to live in Toronto, I went to school and lived there for a couple of years afterwards. If I would go out late tonight, I would always be looking over my shoulder, just because I grew up in Trinidad, which I love, and just that fear is ingrained in me all the time. So I think in terms of when I speak to people, I think fear is a big factor. I think it doesn't stop me very often from just talking to whoever I want to. I've been told that when I was a kid, I used to talk to homeless people on the side of the street just because I was interested in knowing who they are. I'm a journalist, so I guess it kind of fits. I'm curious about people and things and talking to people. I have a lot of friends actually come up to me and they go, Aurora, how is it so easy for you to connect with people and sit and make people feel comfortable and engage with you? And I said, I just say hi and I smile and I look them in the eye, I shake their hand from them and go, my name's Aurora, how are you doing? And I think I am genuinely interested in people. I am genuinely interested in you, and I want to know your story. Not just because I'm a journalist, but just in my heart, everybody has a story to tell. And I think that's what makes us all human, because we all have stories, and through those stories we interconnect with each other, because we find common ground.
Yes.
And that's a beautiful thing, and I think when you just kind of sit and you think about that, it makes it so much easier to open up yourself and be vulnerable and say, hi, my name is, because I may have been through something that you may have as well. And because we live in the same country, we share the same types of, may have the same types of experiences. We do have something very beautiful right there to draw from immediately, because we're Trinidadian, or, where I'm from. But, and more than that, going to